Ukrainians are calling it a war crime and say prosecutors are already gathering evidence so that charges can be laid against Russia at a later date. James Rushton is a freelance security and foreign policy analyst based in Kyiv.
These attacks, they are preventable. It really is just a matter of giving Ukraine enough air defense systems to prevent them. And I'm talking to you from Kyiv, as you know. Kyiv is protected by 2 Patriot air defense systems, which is why we had really no major attacks, no mass casualty attacks in Kyiv, despite the Russians attempting to hit Kyiv numerous times, because these systems are incredibly effective. They have a success rate approaching 100%. And the Russians really know that they can't hit targets in Kyiv anymore. But other cities like Chernihiv, they're not as lucky.
Some Ukrainians, though, argue that manufacturers of Ukrainian drones may have contributed to the weekend attack by publicising an event at the theatre in the hours leading up to it. Critics say it was a security blunder that turned the theatre into a tempting target for the Russians. They claim they were attacking a military meeting. With FSN Spotlight, I'm Simon Marks.
To recap the top stories, 18 bodies have been found in Greek forests where wildfires have been raging for several days. Japan is set to begin discharging radioactive treated water from the wrecked Fukushima nuclear power plant. And American sprinter Sha'Carri Richardson has won the women's 100-meter title at the World Athletics Championships. That's the latest feature story news. Julia Chapman reporting.
Good morning, it's KCHW 102.7. I was a little worried that I didn't press all the right buttons. It's been so long since I started a Zoom meeting, but Val, I've got it all under control, it looks like.
You know, as long as I've known you, you've always been good at pushing buttons.
All right, there you go. Getting started on a Tuesday. My beautiful sister Val live from Deer Park. Me sitting in a cushy chair in the big state of Maine. All right.
Good morning. Cheers. Coffee cheers this morning to everybody.
I heard you guys have some rain. Is that true?
You know, a little bit. We got a pretty good little few-minute downpour when we were in the hot tub this morning. And, just maybe a little drizzle. I mean, I wish it would downpour all day long, but I don't think we're going to get that.
I'm looking at the traffic cam up at the Chihuahua Municipal Airport, and it looks like the pavement's wet, and I can't tell if it's smoke or misty rain. So
I'm guessing it's misty rain.
All right.
But for the first time in days, it actually smells good outside.
And you guys really needed some air cleaning, didn't you?
We did, yes. We had, what hits the unhealthy range? Probably about 150 particles per million. And there was one day this weekend we were at 484. Extremely hazardous.
Yeah, they had on national news, you guys made it, and it was actually Spokane, but it's worst air quality on the planet.
If you got to be number one.
Might as well pick something that's startling, right?
Right.
All right. Well, enjoy your cleaned air today. Showers with a possible thunderstorm this morning, then variable clouds during the afternoon. Still a chance of showers. The chance of rain today is at 100%. High around 65. Some clouds tonight down to 52. Stray shower thunderstorms still possible at 25%. Then tomorrow, partly cloudy day, just a 10% chance of rain. You will warm up to 74. Overnight low, get this, 48.
We have had a low of 38 already in the last, I think this month. So we've got our own little microclimate where we're at. But yeah, we have had multiple mornings that are, in the 42 range. So
crazy.
Yeah.
All right, 65 today. That's really low too. Then you'll warm up on Thursday, all the way back up to 83, some sunshine. Overnight low of 51. Friday, 88 and 54, and mostly cloudy again with a 15% chance of rain. Then into the weekend, so far sunny. 91 Saturday, 95 Sunday, 98 Monday, and then you're going to drop into the upper 70s and 80s for next week, is the way things look right now.
I'm ready for that. We have a couple things going on this weekend that I'll take a little bit nicer weather, but we actually have a concert to go to, an outdoor concert on Monday. 98 sounds a little miserable.
What's the outdoor concert?
The Beach Boys.
Well, not all of them probably.
Yeah.
Boys.
It wasn't, I mean, that wouldn't be something that we would ever pick, but we had a friend with tickets and they invited us to go with them. So, yeah.
All right, all right. Marion and Ken both checking in this morning and saying good morning to everyone and each other.
Yes.
Look,
It's our weekly meeting.
Yeah, you can make Facebook friends right here on the show. All
That's right.
Streaming today. We had some problems after the power outage due to the fire at SETI's. We had some problems with streaming, but we are back up on Alexa and the TuneIn app and the Radio Deck app. And, of course, we've got a player on our website you can go to with an Android phone and play right there as well. But we got that all back up and working last night. Me and Chuck did. We had some technical difficulties, but we got them figured out. Anytime you have a massive network of computers like we do in the radio station, and so many different systems that rely upon each other. And when you go into a power outage situation that lasts longer than the battery backups, it's chaos. Trying to, just imagine between the tower, 3 computers up there, and countless computers around the studios, trying to get everything to talk to each other again. Pretty difficult.
When I worked at the school as their IT person, I found that you had to restart things in a particular order too.
Always.
Yeah, to make sure that,
And
the daisy chain's right.
Sometimes you have to restart things in a particular order a couple times.
Yeah. Isn't that fun?
Uh-huh. Yeah, been through that one. All right. Made it through the weather this morning. Before we get into I guess we could do events really quick for this week. There is one happening tonight if you want to get out and about. This could be a good one for you and Brad. Val. Annual Doctors Concert. Of course, it was away a little bit for COVID, but it is back. This is the 2023 edition of the Doctors Concert. And this is going on tonight, 6 p.m. at Rotary Pavilion in Yepcanum Park in Colville. You can join them to listen to good folk music and original songs by performers. Guest guitarist Chet O'Keefe, who's been called captivating and enchanting and a master of the story song. Chase Champagne and Chloe Cunningham, they're a local brother-sister duo. Ooh, we should have them on the radio.
Oh, yeah.
And then Dr. Leslie Waters, Dr. Pat Shannon, Dr. Ramon Canto, Dr. Barry Bacon, and his wife, Shelley Bacon. And this is all part of helping to build Patrick's Place. I imagine they'll take some donation. They also have donations online set up. They'll be talking about that tonight. Patrick's Place is a rental duplex designed for people transitioning out of homelessness and will be built to honor and remember Patrick Bacon, son of the founders Barry and Shelley Bacon. We've had Dr. Bacon on the show before talking about the homeless problem in Colville. Also raising funds to, a chance for you, I should say, not raising funds, to tour the local projects to help the homeless in Colville. That starts at 1 on the west side of Yepcanum Park, and the tour will be led by unhoused homeless employees of the Hope Street Restoration. And then they're going to meet back at the park at 4:30 for a potluck. So,
all right. Sounds like a busy evening they're going to have.
And some people can get pretty vile toward the homeless problem. But I think for a large majority of us, we're all just a couple checks away from being homeless if situations were right. They talk about the end of the world, and they use that term, Tiatwaki, the end of the world as you know it. Well, that end of the world as you know it could happen to anyone at any point in a lot of ways. So I think we need to open up our hearts because the homeless problem is growing and growing, and if the economy really took a dive, it could encompass me and you and who knows how many other people.
Right. I mean, you look at people who live on Social Security, even, and it seems like the government's always talking about how they're going to, take money away from that. I mean, can you imagine the elderly people that rely solely on Social Security?
Well, and can you
And so,
imagine, like what you're saying? If you were going to keep going, I'll shut up. But I was just going to show you an example of that.
no, go for it.
So, our buddy Ron was over on the coast, and as you know, rents have skyrocketed over there, ridiculous. So imagine being an older couple, and you never owned your own home, and you've been paying rent, and now you're on Social Security. So you the two of you making about $1,400 a month each, and your rent is $1,800 a month. What do you do in that situation? He said he was in line at a Safeway behind an older couple, and they were debating whether to get the coffee or the sugar because they couldn't buy both. And he just,
Wow.
you don't know what kind of situation they're in, but how horrible to be there. You've worked your whole life, you're on your Social Security, but it's not enough to get by because rents have gotten ridiculous. And out of the kindness of his heart, since he's in a situation where he does well, he just paid for all their groceries.
That
And
was
he's
nice.
and he said everybody started crying, including the checker in the line, and then he started crying too. So yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
very nice.
to be in that position where you can do that and to do that is awesome. Yeah, thank you, Ron. That
All
was
right,
really
good
cool.
job.
That was really cool.
You have
We
any more?
had recently a gal in Chihuahua who they caught because she was starting fires. And it came out in that process she had been homeless for 20 years and just wanted a roof over her head.
Wow,
So she committed a crime just to be able to have
to go to
a roof
jail
over her head,
and
yeah, to
food.
go to jail and have food and a roof over her head. I'm like, that's pretty sad in itself too, that,
It's not the
that's the
first
course you're going
time
to
that's
take,
happened. You know,
right?
our prison system is so and are out of whack that some people, you hear stories of that, they get out and they'll do anything just to go back in because society is so tough to get along in. I don't remember what country it was, but I was reading a story of how in their prison system they treat them well. They put them in kind of like Canada, where you'll share an apartment style room with three other people with your own kitchen and that kind of stuff, and treat, even though they've committed a crime and they have to do their time, treating them like humans and giving them skills at the same time, so when they get out they still feel like they're part of society. I think that's important.
Well, I think, and it's so hard for people who have gone to jail for their poor choices, but then they get out and they can't get a job because they have a record. And so you're just perpetuating that whole situation. They can't get a job, so what do they have to do? They have to commit a crime just to survive again, and it becomes this endless loop. And how do you step out of it? So, yeah, that would be really difficult.
And then you add to this homeless problem, if anybody, let's say they got in trouble 40 years ago, and they've cleaned up their act, but they still have that felony on their record. Trying to even rent a place in Spokane, even Chihuahua, if you have any kind of record, everybody, in that rental industry now, or anything that, especially that's attached to a corporation, it's no felons allowed. So a real easy place if you had a record, maybe, and like I said, it could be from a lifetime ago, and now you can't get into an apartment. It's got to be really, really difficult.
Right. Yeah. So we kind of set them up for failure.
Yeah.
So,
All right, let's mess around and do some stuff on the lighter side since we're getting too serious. Do you think you can handle what I thought about in the shower this morning? They were pretty enlightening.
this quickly into the program?
Yes, yes.
Oh, I will. Oh, I will try.
Ken's on, and he's saying he really wants to know what I thought about in the shower today. All right, first thing I realized is 9 out of the 10 voices in my head are telling me I'm crazy, and the 10th one, just humming.
Loudly at times,
Yes.
very, very loudly for us with tinnitus.
I was still thinking about this one from last night. 6:30 is the best time on a clock, hands down.
Oh, bottom bump.
All right. It's funny how the cost of living keeps going up for me, but the chance of living going down.
Oh,
It's true.
for all of us.
Yes. I also made a plan while in the shower this morning today. I'm going to call someone just to tell them I can't talk right now. It's a little boring here in Maine.
Got to amuse yourself somehow.
Yes.
And Marion can only take so much of your humor.
It's true. Oh, I have a friend. He used up all of his sick leave, so he called in dead today.
I always wanted to be able to call in rich.
Yeah, wouldn't that be great? I'm so rich. Bye-bye. It's over.
Not coming in today. I won the lotto.
I was thinking about this one for you, Val, while I was in the shower this morning. It says, sure, alcohol doesn't solve any problems, but then again, neither does milk.
It's so true.
Mm-hmm.
It's so true. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I told myself I should quit the other day drinking, but you know what? I decided I don't listen to drunks.
Ba-dum-bum. Where is it? All right. Have you seen the new Barbie movie yet?
Oh, heck no. And I'm
Really?
not going to.
Oh.
No. Have you?
No, but I'm gonna.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Oh, huh.
I hear it's awesome.
Okay.
All right.
Oh,
You know,
really?
I'm really
It
confused,
just
though.
seemed corny, over the top corny,
Yeah, well, that could be awesome, too.
I suppose.
I'm still struggling, though. Why is Barbie so popular, and yet kids still have to buy her friends?
A thought in the shower this morning.
Yes. Another one, if you lend someone money and you never see him again, it was probably worth every penny.
Exactly.
This was a bunch of them.
Yeah.
I tried to do some affirmations this morning before I got started, and it's always remember, Scott, you're unique, just like everyone else.
Uniquely you.
If I run into anybody angry today, or even if Marion gets angry, I'm going to say, whatever's eating you must be really hungry.
Oh.
See how that goes over?
Uh-huh. Try that.
I also realized in the shower this morning, LOL has gone from meaning laugh out loud to I have nothing else to say.
Mom used to think at first when she was texting a bit, she thought LOL was lots of love. So you'd get LOL and you're like, is that funny?
Yeah.
But no, she meant lots of love.
I wondered this morning in the shower too. Are communist jokes funny to communists, or are they not funny unless everyone gets them?
Yeah. Are Polak jokes funny to Polish? People of Polish descent.
Probably.
Okay.
All right. I also thought this morning it'd be funny if sometime today you use a public bathroom, hopefully one with multiple stalls, and put chocolate on your hands and then reach under the stall and ask for toilet paper.
Oh, disgusting.
I didn't say all my thoughts were pure and clean.
Oh, Marion, don't fall for it.
I also realize it's difficult to do nothing, which I keep trying to do because I never know when I'm done.
Could go on for days.
I also think people on the show this morning should take my advice because I'm not going to use it.
Who is?
That's right. And Val, if you're on a diet right now, the first 3 letters of that word are probably feeling pretty accurate.
Die. I'm dying. Oh, I should be on a diet.
I was thinking this one too. I've been trying not to eat at night, do that late night snacking and stuff, and it's not going very well. But why is there a light in the refrigerator if I'm not supposed to eat at night?
Exactly. I agree really well, a lot on that one. Yeah.
Thank you. If your friends don't make fun of you, Val, they're really not your friends.
I've got some really good friends.
Yeah, they make fun of you all the time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's move along there. These are my questions for my sister this morning. And
I'll give a quick hello to Eric. He joined us this morning. So thanks, Eric, for checking in.
cool. All right, thanks for tuning in. These are we're gonna play a little thing called "Let's Get to Know Val."
Wah, wah, wah. The most boring segment we've ever had.
No. Remember, Val, you tested in the top 5% of the nation in SATs when you were in school. So
I
take that
used
for
up
the
all
money.
that brain power years and years ago.
Really? Oh,
I think so.
all right. Well, let's find out some things about Val. First,
Although I will throw this in there, my son, who's an engineer, valedictorian, the whole bit, he told me the other day that he thinks his girlfriend, and I are some of the smartest women he knows. So I
wow,
thought that was pretty sweet.
he really used those two words in one sentence.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
All right, I'm ready.
Ready?
Throw it
All
at
right.
me.
If no one ever sneezed again, Val, how long do you think it would take you to notice?
Forever.
Forever.
Mhm.
Val, which cult would you be most interested in joining?
Ooh, now this is going to take some thought. Depends on what you think a cult is, I suppose. I would be most interested in joining. Um, oh, I'm trying to the Hare Krishnas. It would be really interesting.
Then that prompts the question, why, Val? Why do you want to join the Hare Krishnas?
So I never have to comb my hair again. I guess aren't they all bald out there?
Plus, you love flowy dresses
Yes, yes.
and flowers.
And they're so misunderstood. Just like me.
Wow, I was so worried you were going to say mega.
Oh,
And then I really want to know why.
oh goodness. I'd want to infiltrate them as a spy.
Yeah, that's your idea of making America great again. You failed. You're mean. All right.
Oh.
If you could breed two different species of animals together, Val, which ones would they be?
Let's see. It's got to be something. Let's go with a. Well, does it have to be a real animal?
Yeah, I want real
Can it
animals.
be mythical?
No, I want you to.
I wanted mythical.
no mythical animals. That's nah.
That's no fun. Let's see. It's got to be something with a cat. We'll just start right there.
I knew that.
Yeah, it has to be something with a cat. Now I'm trying to think of what could make a cat even better.
A bigger cat.
A bigger cat. Lions and tigers
And bears.
and bears. Yeah, that's a hard one. Can you make a cat better? I just don't think it's possible.
Oh, just gonna stop right there.
That's right. Somebody's God's perfect little bundle of fur and claws.
I thought since you got a new dog, you would do dog and cat and combine them.
Well, there would be something to that simply because dogs are cuddly and cats aren't. So if you could get a cat that was really cuddly out of the mixture
Some cats are.
and loyal and listen.
Oh,
So,
my cat
yeah,
listens.
okay.
My cat follows actual directions. You can tell her to do anything. She usually does it.
Oh, my cats look at me like, are you kidding me? You know what you can do with that suggestion.
All right, so you're just gonna go with if you did cat and dog though, it'd be like that cartoon from years ago.
Yeah,
maybe
cat, dog, or something. Yeah.
which had to be really messed up for little kids because it had a dog head on one end and a cat head and on the other, and no way to poo.
Yeah.
All right, we're really finding out about my sister this morning. Next question for Val. If the purge, and if you want to answer one of these online, quote the question and then give your answer, and we'll read it for you.
Oh, Ken said he thought a cat with 12 lives instead of 9. All right.
Let's see. Next one. If the purge was real, what's the crime you're committing first?
Oh, because they'll purge all of your
You've never watched one of the movies, The
crimes.
Purge?
I have never watched, but
so-
I mean the general isn't the general premise is that one day a year or whatever, you can do whatever you want and there's no consequences.
Exactly.
Okay. If I could do anything, you know what? I would rob a bank.
Rob a bank. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Why? No one gets hurt?
No, yeah, if no one got hurt and you just had that money, and the bank's going to cover the cost for people anyway, right? It's not like the actual people that have their money in that bank are going to be impacted by that. And I'd have money to, money doesn't buy you happiness, but it will buy you a Mustang convertible.
Which to me is pretty much the same thing as happiness.
Yeah.
Cars make me happy.
Yes.
All right. How many countries have you gone to the bathroom in, Val?
I've gone to the bathroom. I've only been to 3 countries. So I've gone to the bathroom in Mexico, United States, and Canada.
Really? Only 3 countries. Huh?
Only 3 countries. Have you been in anything beyond that, Scott?
No, I've been to Canada a couple times, so I don't know if I held it the whole time or what, though. It was only a week.
We crossed into Tijuana, and I'm assuming I had to use the bathroom in Tijuana, so I was going to count that. But
Okay.
yeah.
If there was a book of every positive and negative thing people have said about you, would you want to read it?
I don't know. If you could be the bigger person and take it as constructive criticism, but yeah, I guess I'd prefer not to know.
I'd have to. All right.
Would you really? Yeah. You'd want to know? Could we find out who said it? I want names.
I was glancing over to the Facebook feed, and I'm kind of worried because you said Eric said hi, and then he put on there instead of love your show, he said love your shoe, which scares me because me and Eric went to high school together.
I was wondering too how we saw your shoes. Did I miss something?
Is there a camera showing parts of me that I don't know about?
And I don't have any on, so I knew it couldn't be me.
Me neither. Lucky you didn't say, Scott and Val, I like your feet.
Your feet?
Simmer down, Eric, simmer down.
I was down painting in the art room yesterday, so mine are covered in black paint right now.
All right. Speaking of that kind of stuff, Val, we're getting to know Val today. Do you think bras exist in the Star Wars universe?
In the Star Wars universe, would bras exist? You know what? I feel like they're going to continue to torture women for infinity. So yes.
All right. Good job. All right, Val, if you had to replace your hands with 2 objects for the rest of your life, what would those 2 objects be?
Scissor hands.
Val Scissor Hands Schlafman. That would have sounded good. All right, that's good. Too easy though.
That was a little easy.
So we got several people on Facebook. All right, what would you replace your hands with? 2 objects, if you had to for the rest of your life.
Oh my God, I gotta stop you though. Alan said there'd be no bras in the Star Wars because they use the Force.
Oh, 10,000
points for Alan.
Lonnie. Look at that. That's when he gets in trouble when he looks over at his wife and says, "The Fourth is with you."
The Force left you a long time ago.
Oh, ow. Wow. Wow. Val. All right, more questions for Val. If you had a chance to rename Earth, what would you call it?
Let's see. It would be the insane asylum of the universe. It's where they send everybody here who's insane.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah, insane asylum of the universe.
I would call it Angry Blue Marble.
Angry Blue Marble.
Especially after this summer. All right.
Yes. It's about ready to, do one of these and shake us all off.
I think so. It's already wobbling. All right, Val, let's go back in time. Clear your mind. It was a little fast. All right, what do you think the first person to milk a cow was actually trying to do? This is a deep one.
It's a deep one. Oh. Well, I'm going to keep it clean and say that I'm sure they had seen calves drinking milk for a long time and figured, Why can't we do that?
Well, good answer.
Yeah.
10,000 points for keeping it clean.
And I want to know though, because I mean, the most that a cow ever has, I mean, it's really rare to have twins, right? And so why is there four?
It looks like they share the same tank, but I could be wrong.
They do, but do you really need two of them?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So they're like backups?
All right.
Yeah.
I could ask you the same question.
Ken says that's utterly ridiculous.
Oh, all right. Somebody just posted Planet Numbskull. All right, Val,
I like that one.
we're learning about Val. What are the crazy adventures, a crazy adventure you'd still like to try in your life?
A crazy adventure I'd still like to try. I don't know if it'd be a crazy adventure, but Brad and I have talked for a long time about hiking the Grand Canyon.
Okay, that sounds dangerous.
So yeah, not necessarily dangerous, but yeah. So I have no desire at all to zip line or to bungee jump or to. I used to think I wanted to jump out of a plane. I've changed my mind. I guess I'm just not that adventurous.
I'm going to go on a whale. I'm looking at going on a whale watching tour, and I'm kind of scared of it because I'm thinking, I keep hearing that song, a 3-hour tour. The weather started getting, and then I just picture myself vomiting for 3 hours.
Well, there's that. Yeah, yeah. So we went on a fishing thing tour, whatever you'd call it, outside of Westport, I think it was. I mean, years ago when the kids were little, and Matt and I chummed for fish pretty much the entire time. And I've always said that those 8 hours were the longest year of my life.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so bad. So yeah, I'm not big into that either.
You did
I mean,
that?
I'd like
You
to.
did that for fun?
Well, I was not having fun. Matt was not having fun. Travis and Brad were having lots of fun.
Look, it's Chum.
Yeah.
Can we take this home?
Now, but I wouldn't mind doing a cruise again, but I wouldn't say that would be a wild and crazy adventure. So, yeah.
All right, Val. This one's gonna just be a little too much about you possibly. What's your favorite smell?
What would be my favorite smell? I love the smell of pine trees. That, pine sap type of smell. And I love the smell of like anything baking, like throw a banana bread in the oven or something like that. Those would be my favorite smells.
Yeah. So worried you were going to say Brad.
Well, some people think that their husbands, are the best smelling thing in the world. Brad never gets pitted out, or hardly ever. So there's that thing to say about my husband. He doesn't get stinky.
So when my girls were little, they always used to steal my pillow, and I'd say, "Why are you stealing my pillow from my bed? Go get your own pillow." And they said, "No, we like it because it smells like you."
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, it was very sweet, but I wonder if they'd still say that today. In fact, I know what I'm getting them for Christmas. 2 of my old pillows.
Oh.
You used to like to smell them when you were kids, and it's the same pillows.
Oh.
All right, if you're just tuning in, we're learning about my sister today, asking her stupid questions. All right, Val, what is the best Wi-Fi name you've ever seen in your entire life?
Oh. I'm trying to think of, I saw something about, like, don't steal my internet or something like that. Yeah. Try stealing this internet connection or, something along that line. But yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think if I've ever seen anything better. How about you?
Starbase 1.
Oh,
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Ooh, I like that.
I used to
That's good
have
one.
a neighbor, Keith, and we used to battle back and forth with who could come up with the coolest sci-fi name for our Wi-Fi.
Nice.
We were bored.
Oh, now that makes me want to change mine to something cool.
All right, what is your Wi-Fi password, Val? Next question.
I can tell you what my Wi-Fi is called if you're scanning the area, but there is encryption on it, so you be out of luck. It's just really boring. It's BV network. I mean, Brad Val network.
All right.
Boring.
Do you use and you have a confusing one because I've had to have you give it to me a couple times. So.
Yeah.
All right. You're not going to share that on the radio?
I shared the name of the network. I'm not sharing my password.
All right, whatever. Tear my heart out. All right, have you ever gone a day, Val? This is a personal one. Have you ever gone a day without wearing underwear?
I'm retired and I spend days at home, and there are many days without underwear. I do not go out in public like that.
Good.
But around the house. And I don't quite understand. I know several women who never wear underwear, and I'm just not sure. I don't understand quite how that works when you're wearing like blue jeans, or if you're an older woman, because a lot of times we sneeze and then things come out that you didn't intend to come out.
Wow.
And so I don't know how you could be out in public without underwear.
Huh. You said things answering that question that
you got to know me really well, didn't
you? I wish
you
wouldn't have. So
this concludes the broadcast from World Control.
Ending the show right now. We've learned plenty about Val. Wow.
Okay, here we go again. Dork alert.
You really wanted to know your sister doesn't wear underwear around the house,
and
didn't
now
you?
I know what to get you for Christmas. I beg it depends.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. All right, Val. How long do you think you'd survive in a zombie apocalypse?
You know what? I feel like the people in the zombie movies are stupid. I'm like, really, people? You're stupid. I think I'd survive a lot longer than 90% of the people in a zombie movie.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't quite understand. But I did the best the best cartoon clip I ever saw was like supposed to be the zombie apocalypse. And this guy had surrounded his house with treadmills.
Yeah.
They'll never reach me now.
I wouldn't have given you that much time, Val, because you're really trippy.
Yeah, that is true. But I think, I don't know. I guess it would depend on which show you're watching as far as the zombie intelligence level, how fast they can move and all of that. So it would really depend on, are we talking Walking Dead zombies or, others? So
Depends on the zombie. Got it.
It depends on the zombie. I mean, I'm not that fast or coordinated, but I am smart.
All right. Getting to know my sister Val. Val, have you ever stolen anything?
Yes.
And what was it?
I don't know if I want to say.
It's the case of toilet paper, isn't it?
Well, there was a case of toilet paper. Oh, I've stolen more than one thing.
Oh my God! All right.
Oh no!
All right,
But I'm just gonna stick with the case of toilet paper.
Okay. I was trying to give you an easy out, and you messed it up.
I did.
All right. What was the most embarrassing place you've ever farted?
We'll head down the same TMI type of thing that we talked about with the no underwear. Because when you get older, they just come out sometimes. And you're like, because I feel like when you were younger, you used to be able to hold them in. And then, you're just walking and all of a sudden you farted and you're like, where did that come from?
That's not mine.
That's not mine, baby. That's not mine. I would just say in front of friends. A lot of times where you're like, oh, did they hear that? Can I pretend it was the dog? I mean, and I guess men generally aren't really embarrassed about their farts. No. But I still am embarrassed about my farts.
You do get embarrassed about them, though, when you're laughing on the radio when it happens.
Yeah. So. I was just moving my chair.
Yeah. Ignore that noise. That was a sound effect. That wasn't me. All right. All right, let's find out how your mind works, Val. What would you call a male ladybug?
A male ladybug. It can't be something as, as Lord Ladybug. Oh, I like that though. Lord Ladybug.
Lord Ladybug. There we go.
Yeah.
If you had a superpower, Val, what would it be?
My superpower would be I don't know that I'd want to read minds because again, that goes back to that other question. Do you really want to know what people think about you? Maybe the gift of invisibility.
Gift of
Yeah.
Somebody said that the other day when I asked them that same question, and it creeped me out.
Yeah. I don't know. That really is a tough one though. Because I could be the superpowers, all of that maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to think about that one for a while. So, yeah.
I grossed Ken out. He just posted the same pillows. Yep. 25 years I've been sleeping on those pillows.
And the same pillows.
It's like the kid on Peanuts where the flies just circle him. That's what my pillows look like on the bed.
Ooh. Alan says he thinks it was him that said he wanted to have the gift of invisibility as well.
It was. Wow. You're
Yeah.
as creepy as Alan. Good job.
Yeah. Fist bump there, Alan.
I'm never going to trust either one of you, just in case you have that power.
Because you'll never know whether we're around or not.
Anytime something moves in the house strangely, I'm going to go, Alan? Val? All right.
We'll just move things on opposite sides of the house. Really get you.
All right, Val, what do you think your last words will be?
My last words will be, dang, I really thought that would work.
If you could remove one color from the world, what would it be?
Orange.
Why?
Well, it'd be neck and neck with brown. I just don't like those two colors. Yeah. I don't know. Why?
Learning about my sister Val, what's your all-time celebrity crush?
Chris Hemsworth.
What happened to Donny Osmond?
Well, we're talking all time. I mean,
okay.
Donnie was my boyfriend, or I hoped a long time ago. I'm sure Donnie's nice and all, but now he is just corny.
Okay. All right. Which means you were corny.
I imagine I was, but yeah. I was young and impressionable, and he wore purple.
So he was cool.
He was cool. What can I say?
What would you ask for your last meal?
Potato salad. But it has to be my potato salad. It can't be just any old potato salad. And keep that Longhorn stuff away from me because that's disgusting. It would have to be my potato salad.
All right. Which species would be the rudest if all animals could talk?
Cats.
Easy. What's the craziest thing you've done after getting really drunk? Yeah, this is good. We should give her a 5-minute break.
It's like, how much do you want to share? Oh, goodness. I'm trying to think of anything that I've done drunk that I wouldn't do sober. I would say, because I'm generally, and this isn't anything exciting, but I'm generally good about thinking before I speak. And drunk Val doesn't have that filter.
Okay.
So, yeah. I once told someone when I'd had a little bit too much wine, and we were in this group of people, and we were talking about, somebody who does something that ultimately leads to their own death. And I was like, how do you feel sorry for somebody that made really bad choices that resulted in their death? And I said, yeah, just like people that smoke, and then you're supposed to feel bad that they have cancer, as I stood next to somebody smoking.
Ooh.
So,
Wow.
yeah. And then I was like, oh, it's when you want to pull that back in and you can't.
You can't do it.
Yeah, so.
All right. What musical instrument is the most annoying to you, Val?
The most annoying. can think of the music I don't like. Like I really don't like when you go into a Chinese restaurant and they have that type of music. I mean, everybody can hear it in their heads, right? Yeah. I don't like Chinese music, I guess, but I can't give you a specific instrument that really annoys
For
me.
me, it's bagpipes.
Oh,
Could you-
accordion. Let's go with the accordion.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Could you play your accordion quieter?
Yeah.
Nope. Doesn't need a microphone.
No.
All right, last couple ones here, Val. We've been learning about my sister Val now for like 20 minutes. You've done really well answering these
People
questions.
have fallen asleep or turned the
Could be.
dial.
They have. A couple have checked out.
Mhm.
All right. Have you ever peed in a pool?
I'm sure I did as a child. Yeah.
All right. Let's see. If you could put one condiment in your belly button, what would it be and why?
Oh my God. Oh. I'm trying to think of something really crazy. Sweet and sour sauce. Because that's me. A little sweet, a little sour.
Good. And the last one. This is going to be the most telling of all the questions.
Okay.
What color would you like if you had to eat a crayon straight from the box?
Purple, of course.
Purple. All right. There you go. I'm getting to know Val. You did really good.
Oh, thanks.
I give you an A.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's that easy. That easy.
That easy to get an A around here.
Yeah. All right. Move on to a few news headlines before we go to break and thank our sponsors and deliver some news ourselves. First one, rescue operations underway in Pakistan, rescuing children dangling 1,000 feet in the air from a broken chairlift. They got helicopters
my
and all
goodness.
sorts of people from the National Disaster Management Authority there. All right. Up in a mountain. Scary. That's why you should never
Scary.
let your kids do nothing.
That's right. And is there anywhere around here where there would even be a lift 1,000 feet in the air?
I don't know.
I don't think so. Yeah. Okay.
Mark down. This one is heading for Las Vegas to their own. What do they call it? You know, when you get a show at a concert at a casino and you do it every few nights of the week. They're like the house band or something.
Yeah.
Folded up a long time ago. 80s band Black Crows are going to Vegas. You're gonna be able to catch them
really?
whenever you want for the next few months. All right.
Now, Black Crows, do they sing She Talks to Angels? Do I have the right band?
Hard
Yeah.
to handle.
Yeah, because I love She Talks to Angels. I love that song.
All right. Well, off to Vegas we go. And we are planning perhaps a November trip to Vegas if you want to join us. Just saying.
Oh, that would be fun.
All right. Let's see. Oh, I forgot to get this video, but it is on Yahoo today. Just go to Yahoo News and type in bull elk last laugh. And this motorist stops, and there's a giant bull elk on the side of the road, and he begins taunting it. He starts to walk out on the highway and then steps back, and he rolls down his window and he goes, "What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do?" And the elk walks up to his car, and and he's looking at him like he's going to answer him, right? And he walks up to his car and just slightly bends his head down and pushes forward, and then you hear, "I'm going to flatten your tire." It's a very funny video. He just casually walks up to the car, bends over, and pops the guy's tire like he knew exactly.
I love it.
Yeah, what are you going to do? I'm going to do this, dummy.
You know, it's got to be up there with stupid, like the people that are taunting the bears and the buffalo. Man, I think elk are, I mean, not elk, but moose, they're deadly.
Yeah. Why would you want to challenge him?
Yeah, because you're an idiot.
I get it now. I understand. All right.
Natural selection.
All right. Lifelike robots and android dogs are wowing visitor at the Beijing Robotics Fair. That's kind of creepy. They're really advancing with this stuff.
They are. And, you know, I mean, you can definitely still tell they're a robot, but it is pretty wild. You know, the attempt at facial expressions and all of that on them. Yeah. A little wild.
All right, several cities in America now have food delivery robots. What do you think are happening to the food delivery robots?
Are they getting robbed?
Oh,
Oh God, here we go again. Dork alert.
like somebody didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, videos have surfaced from the robots of, masked vandals kicking and forcefully opening the machines and taking the money and the food. That's what I call, bonus.
No kidding. Food and the money back.
Yeah. Now, if you're the criminal type, not saying that we'd do that kind of thing.
No, we would never do that.
More robots? Because 2 stories is not enough when you're talking about robots. A new team has created the first humanoid robot pilot that can really fly planes.
Would you get on that plane?
Yeah, I think so.
Hmm.
As
Yeah.
long as the robot quit working, I could take his place. If I was one to fly a plane.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, I guess as we look at some of these things like the self-driving cars and all of that, yeah, I think people go, oh my gosh, but at the same time, I would think that their error, percentage of doing something wrong, I would still think is less than a human because humans are easily distracted. Yeah, they make bad choices when they're driving. So, yeah, I don't know. I would think that it'd be interesting to see percentage-wise.
Well, I don't know. If the robot pilots fly as well as those robot taxis, the automated self-driving taxis, there's going to be trouble. That's all I know. Lots and lots of trouble.
Yeah.
All right. State of Washington has to pay $5.7 million to Value Village.
Really? Why?
Earlier this year, King County judge ruled that the state attorney general's office violated the company's First Amendment rights when Attorney General Bob Ferguson alleged it was deceiving customers by presenting itself as a charitable nonprofit organization. In reality, it is a for-profit corporation. Value Village allegedly spent $5.7 million on attorney's fees, and in a 27-page ruling recently released, State Superior Court Judge David Weedby said the stores will be able to recover those costs. And I guess
That's interesting.
right. He also outlined that during the litigation, the Attorney General's office continued to send out press releases claiming Value Village was deceiving its customers and ruled that they haven't. According to court documents, the office would not meet with Value Village during the trials despite the store's efforts to do so. So apparently he had some kind of thing against Value Village.
So are they for profit or are they nonprofit? I mean, what was the deal they were suing for? Just defamation or because they really were for our nonprofit?
So I guess everybody has a First Amendment right to engage in constitutionally protected charitable solicitation for anyone. For yourself. I mean, even you could do that. That'd be like, I guess, getting arrested is what they're saying. He agreed with Value Village, which said the lawsuit was needless. So,
Oh, okay.
that's a good
Interesting.
chunk of money. So.
Yeah.
All right. When we come back, we're going to have celebrity birthdays for today. A little bit of today in history. We always wrap up the show with odd news. We're going to throw in some bits and breaks too, but you have to stay right here on Northern Lights Public Radio. We are KCHW 102.7.
Eight 16.
Your KCHW morning show is made possible by donations from Chihuahua Flooring.
Chihuahua Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chihuahua Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Del Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at ChihuahuaFlooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at ChihuahuaFlooring@gmail.com.
Your KCHW Morning Show, made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chihuahua. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
This is KCHW, Chihuahua, 102.7 FM.
You're listening to 102.7 KCHW, Chihuahua.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast, August 22nd, 2023. I'm Mike Clifford. We head first to Detroit, where Wayne State University is gearing up to establish an Institute for Brain Health. That's thanks to a $20 million donation.
The Ben L. Silberstein Institute for Brain Health will find its home within Wayne State University's Integrative Biosciences Center under the leadership of Dr. David Rosenberg. He says the institute represents hope for the future of neuroscience and will focus on the understanding of the structure, chemistry, and function of the human brain.
We have a real opportunity to do that and have this institute rise to a place of preeminence where we can do something really special, as well as do a lot of good for a bunch of brain disorders ranging from schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, Parkinson's disease.
Shantia Hudson reporting.
Now from NBC News, former President Donald Trump has agreed to a $200,000 bond in the Georgia criminal case that charges him with trying to illegally overturn the 2020 presidential election results in that state. NBC reports the orders signed by Fulton County DA Fonnie Willis and Trump's attorneys say Trump shall perform no act to intimidate any person known to him or her to be a co-defendant or witness in the case, or otherwise to obstruct the administration of justice. Now to Minnesota, where over the next few weeks, kids will be heading back to school. Addiction specialists say now is a good time to address any concerning behavior in their child's online habits.
Dr. Sarah Pauly, a Minnesota-based specialist, says for adolescents, being on social media too much can be harmful because their brains are still developing. So if they've been spending a lot of time online this summer, Pauly says parents need to reestablish healthy habits.
It's really helpful to discuss with your family a media plan that applies to both the children in the family and the parents in the family, with potentially specific time set aside for use of social media or use of the internet not related to completing school assignments.
If your teen becomes combative when asked to limit screen time or is becoming socially withdrawn and only prefers to be online, Pauly says pushing above the 3-hour-a-day mark of social media use can put adolescents at greater risk for depression and anxiety. It can also prevent them from getting a good night's sleep, making the back-to-school transition problematic.
And when I ask young people, what are you doing when you're up late at night? Nearly 100% of the time they say that they're on their computer, they're using social media, they're watching videos on YouTube, and that can make it really difficult for them to do what they need to do.
I'm Mike Moen.
This is Public News Service. As the waters recede from the biggest storm to hit Southern California in decades, lawmakers in Sacramento are considering a bill tomorrow to make schools more resilient.
Senate Bill 394 would require the California Energy Commission to create a statewide plan to help school districts integrate climate resilience and sustainability into their master plans. Andrew Yagoyan is Chief Innovation Officer at 10 Strands, an environmental nonprofit that supports the bill.
The moment of urgency is now. The current students that are in our schools are not even protected, let alone future generations of students. And so this bill is absolutely critical to minimize disruption to schools so our kids can actually learn.
I'm Suzanne Potter.
Meantime, around the country, people with disabilities are living in institutions who could successfully live in the community with the right support. We get perspective from Missouri.
Attorney M. Jaron Gadd with the National Health Law Program says the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services revitalizing enforcement of the ADA and the Olmstead decision shows people are still experiencing this type of discrimination, and they have the right to seek legal recourse.
For people with a range of disabilities, there is a legal mechanism under federal law that entitles them to be served in their homes and in other community-based settings rather than essentially being locked away in institutions.
The Supreme Court's 1999 Olmstead decision affirmed the ADA requires people with disabilities to be served in the most integrated setting appropriate for them. I'm Deborah Van Fleet.
Discrimination claims can be filed at the Office of Civil Rights at the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. Finally, Evan J. Vieira lets us know as Gen Z New Yorkers enter the workforce, their healthcare needs and concerns vary from previous generations.
Along with differences in their healthcare needs, how people in their teens to mid-20s learn about healthcare options is changing too. While older generations took more expert opinions to heart as they selected their healthcare plans, studies find millennials have been more likely to research online reviews. And for Gen Z, their healthcare concerns are somewhat unique, says Dr. Donald Tavakoli with United Healthcare.
While we know that rates of mental illness were on the rise among adolescents and young adults, the COVID pandemic certainly had an impact, a disruption on social experiences and also health experiences for many people from the physical health side.
One thing Gen Z has in common with most New Yorkers is that they consider price when buying health insurance. One report finds New Yorkers are paying the second highest healthcare premiums in the nation, topped only by Alaska.
This is Mike Clifford for Public News Service, member listener supported. Hear us on radio stations big and small, your favorite podcast platform. Find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
KCHW is online at kchw.org. Listen to the live stream, find out about station events, memberships, local weather, and volunteering. You're listening to KCHW 102.7.
And we're back. It's KCHW 102.7. Looking at 824, you got Val in Deer Park and Scott in Maine. I think we might be the only brother and sister morning show duo ever.
I think so. We'll make that claim because it's our free speech right.
That's right. It's our right to lie. All right. So if you were watching online, you got the bonus of a cat tail. Yeah, an actual cat tail in front of Val's face. That was pretty cool. And it looked like your cat's tail was bouncing to the beat of the music, which was pretty impressive.
Yeah. He was listening in. All right. Do a little cat jive.
A little cat jive. All righty then. Let's start off, Val. Can you deliver us some celebrity birthdays for this Tuesday? Believe it or not, the 22nd of August.
Oh, wow. The month is flying by. Today, Steve Croft from 60 Minutes is 78 years old. Ty Burrell was in Modern Family, and he is 56. TV chef Giada De Laurentiis is 53. De Laurentiis, thank you, is 53. Richard Armitage from Stay Close, Thorin, and he's Thorin Oakenshield in The Hobbit, and Unexpected Journey is 52. I'm having trouble with that one. Kristen Wiig is 50. The Late Show host James Corden is 45. I love when he does his karaoke thing.
It's fun.
And then Dua Lipa is 28.
All right. Happened today. We call it history. We'll start off in 1902 when President Theodore Roosevelt became the first U.S. chief executive to ride in a car. It happened in Hartford, Connecticut.
Cool.
Yeah. 1956, President Eisenhower and Vice President Nixon were nominated for second terms by the Republican National Convention in San Francisco, prompting them once again to say, oopsie. 1986, Care McGee Corporation agreed to pay the estate of the late Karen Silkwood, if you remember that movie Silkwood, $138 million, settling a 10-year-old nuclear contamination lawsuit.
Wow.
All right. 2003, Alabama's Chief Justice Roy Moore suspended for his refusal to obey a federal court order to remove his Ten Commandments monument from the rotunda of his courthouse. Then in Oslo, Norway, in 2003, an Elvis impersonator set a world record by singing the King's hits nonstop for 26 hours, 4 minutes, and 40 seconds.
Wow.
Painful for him and everyone else.
And exactly.
2005, pilot going from Ireland to France flew his plane for 2 hours before realizing near half of a wing had been ripped off just hours after takeoff. Incredibly,
Wow.
he managed to land safely despite the 5'7" chunk and a fuel tank being missing.
I like that it took him 2 hours before he realized it.
I remember hauling a giant, like probably at least 30-foot metal culvert on the back of a flatbed, and the driver saying to me, "Would you look in the back and see how the culvert's doing?" And I leaned up over the back seat and took a look out the back window, and I said, "What culvert?"
Not a good feeling.
Yeah. And that's when I could see all the cars in the back of the road going every which way. Nobody died, though, so good.
Oh, good. We almost lost a load of Trex decking off the back of our trailer. That stuff is slippery. And I mean, we had secured it in every which way. And then we got home and realized that the bottom four had kind of gotten a little bit shaved off because it had been dragging on the highway, on the asphalt. Yeah.
All right. 2007, the Storm botnet, a botnet created by the Stormworm, sent out a record 57 million emails in one day.
Wow.
I think I got all of them.
Sure felt like it, huh?
2015, giant panda Mai Zhang gave birth to twin cubs at the Smithsonian National Zoo in Washington, D.C. 2018, Forbes says George Clooney made more money in that year, $239 million, than any other actor due to the sale of his alcohol company.
Oh.
All right. In 2019, to disprove a 25-year-old conspiracy theory, the city of Bielefeld, Germany, offered a $1 million prize to anyone who could prove the town doesn't. Doesn't what?
Doesn't exist.
Oh, conspiracy theory had been used in the town's marketing.
I would think that's what it meant, right? Doesn't exist.
yeah.
I mean, we were left with just doesn't, but yeah.
All right, then more fun. 2022, Jerusalem. Bull escaped from its pen, setting off a panicked scene in the streets before it entered an office building. The bull evaded capture for half an hour as it scampered through the hallways.
Just like a bull in a china shop.
Exactly. All right, special events. We turn back to Val.
All right, today is Be an Angel Day.
Ooh, it's going to be tough for a while.
It's really hard. You know what? Though my horns do hold up my halo.
Nice.
Yeah. It's Eat a Peach Day.
Mm-hmm.
I love peaches. Tooth Fairy Day.
All right, what's the most money you've ever gotten from the Tooth Fairy?
I'm sure it was a quarter, maybe 50 cents.
Yeah, I remember silver dollars at one point, perhaps. We're
Maybe.
old, though, so.
Yeah. I'm thinking my kids maybe ended up with $5 from the Tooth Fairy. I'm not sure, though.
Hey, kids, if you're listening, be sure when you get home, tell your parents the Tooth Fairy now pays $40 a tooth.
I do think my youngest, when he was really young, had to have a bunch of teeth pulled. They were going to fit him for braces because he had some weird stuff going on in his mouth. And I think the Tooth Fairy gave him quite a bit of money for those. So, yeah. It is Take Your Cat to the Vet Day.
That's all I've been doing.
It's expensive, isn't it?
Yes. Well, I'm struggling with that thing, and I'm sure other people have struggled with it too, where you have a pet that's aging, as everyone in Chihuahua. I mean, a lot of people know Mooch the cat. Mooch the cat's getting really old, but she's still happy and mischievous and all that kind of stuff. But it's costing an enormous amount of money to take care of the cat, and I just can't bring myself to put down an animal over money.
Right.
But don't tell Mooch I'm getting closer.
Oh,
Very
that's so
expensive.
hard.
It is very expensive for the past couple years. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a tough one.
One more.
And our final one is World Plant Milk Day.
Why would you do that? You can get milk from so many other sources.
You can milk a cat. I mean, really.
Exactly. Why would you need to eat plants?
Exactly.
All right. We're still learning more about you, Val.
Uh-huh.
Number for the day is 46,000, and that's the people in the U.S. injured by doors every year.
Wow. Slamming a finger in them or something like that.
Walking into them, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, breaking a nose when you walk into them.
I'd like to see like just a collage video of all people walking into screen doors and glass doors.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's always funny, especially when you hit the glass door and it goes boom.
You know, it's funny, but I mean, it's interesting to me how embarrassed we are when we do it.
Yes.
You hope nobody saw. Yeah.
I mean, birds, they get so embarrassed they just die right there.
Exactly.
Scary. All right, Val, let's move on to bits and breaks this morning. If you do today's, I will go through some of yesterday's, and you can be picky and choosy if you want to.
Okay. All right. How about this? And if somebody wants to comment on this one, go for it. It says, if you were given the power to make one legal activity illegal, what would it be? So something that's currently legal that you would make illegal.
Wine. Just doing that to anger my sister because she.
That's right. Thank you so much. That's a hard one.
That is a hard one. One thing that's legal. Wearing your pants half down. Kids.
I like that one.
Yes.
I like that one.
Don't want to see your underwear or your butt cheeks.
Uh-huh.
Because some weirdo will take a picture of it and put it online, Brad.
Exactly.
Of course, maybe I shouldn't, because at any given time when I bend over, my pants are usually half down.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, you think of so many things that are currently illegal that you'd might like to make legal, but it's hard to go the other way around, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
All
Interesting.
Right, I have a list of. Did you have anything else that you would like to see?
I just can't think of anything. Now that's a difficult one. I'd have to think about it for a bit.
All right, a list of. Oh, we already did that. 4 things you didn't know yesterday, Val.
Okay.
All right. Much like me, an ostrich eye is bigger than its brain. What?
Oh.
All right. You look up, you see those stars, but the universe contains an estimated 100 billion galaxies, each with an average of 100 billion stars. So
crazy. Crazy. And if there's no intelligent life out there other than ours, it's an awful big waste of space.
That's right. Australia is wider than the moon. I didn't know the moon was that small.
Wow.
You think I'd be
that
able...
one's?
Yeah.
That one shocks me.
You think I'd be able to say Australia from my house then?
You would think.
Yep. All right. Scotland's national animal, the unicorn.
I knew I loved Scotland.
Wow. All right, Val. How about dumb questions people have asked cops?
Number 1, can I be arrested if you're not? Oh, can I be arrested if you're not wearing a hat?
And the answer is no. All cops must have a hat on
before they can arrest you.
Yes. Totally true.
If someone broke into my house and stole something, is that burglary?
Nope.
You're so stupid. You deserve to have your stuff stolen. My license plate is rusted. Can I repaint it by hand?
The scariest thing is I saw an entire license plate that looked to me, while it was really good and they stayed within the lines, it had been made from crayons.
It's really hard to color within the lines.
Chances are they ate the purple one like my sister.
Exactly. I'm just thinking of, have you ever seen the commercial for Squatty Potty?
Yes.
Where the unicorn poops rainbows?
Yes.
That's how I'd look after eating the purple crayon. Here's another question that was asked to cops. Where is it okay to urinate in public?
On his tire. Try it.
If I suck on a penny, will it invalidate the breathalyzer test?
Yes.
If you're asking a cop, then it's obvious that you know you're not going to pass.
Chances are you're probably going to choke to death on that penny.
Probably.
Uh-huh.
And finally, can I take a selfie while I'm driving really slowly?
Of course.
Of course.
As long as it's in a Walmart parking lot.
Oh, craziness. People are crazy.
Crazy travel stories here before we head for odd news. The Lonely Planet Guidebook asks people to share some of their travel oopsies. First one, I didn't realize after moving from the U.S. to Australia that flights were listed in military time. I missed a 6 a.m. flight because I thought it was 6 p.m.
Oh, goodness.
In France, this person says, I thought I was asking directions to a train station, but was asking directions to the war. That was met with very French-raised eyebrows. Oui, oui.
He's an idiot.
Yes. Here's a person who walked to a Korean temple in Seoul. They took photos, walked a half hour to another Korean temple, and took some more photos. Turned out it was the same temple. We did a big circle. This person says, using my best Chinese at a local market, I thought I was ordering bamboo shoots. When I got home and looked up the word, I realized I'd ordered pig kidneys.
Oh, you probably got them, though.
He probably did. Another couple says, we took a train from Rome to Oviedo, Italy, and couldn't figure out how to open the train doors and ended up 4 towns away before we could get off. Wow. It's just a door. And this person says, I was texting, enjoying the view of Paris from our hotel balcony when I dropped my iPhone. Before I could get downstairs to the street, it was gone.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise.
Look at iPhone's falling from heaven.
It's free. It's free because somebody dropped it.
But did it still work? That's because last week I was taking the dog for a walk. I dropped my cell phone from my pocket onto the driveway and shattered the screen. I'm not just talking like through the Gorilla Glass, but all the way down to the LCD.
Wow.
And if you've ever done that, your phone starts doing incredibly crazy things like opening apps and typing. And I'm just glad I didn't purchase, something really expensive on Amazon in the process.
Ouch.
Honey, it was just the phone that ordered that.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
I'm keeping it.
Yeah. So, and that was just from, pocket height. Now, it must have landed on a pretty big piece of gravel, but still.
It's horrible.
Yes. I'm so upset.
All right. Why don't you wrap us up with signs you're turning into mom?
I don't want to know.
I'll rate you as how close you are to our mother.
Oh, this is again where you don't want to know what people really think of you. Yeah. Is there any greater fear than turning into our parents, especially after you become a parent? If you're 32 years or older, bad news, you're already there. Which leads me to my favorite commercials. I don't know if you're becoming your parent. I love that commercial. According to a new survey, 32 is the age when moms turn into their mother. Not sure if you're there yet? Here are the signs. You tell the kids you won't buy them candy because money doesn't grow on trees. I didn't reserve that for candy, I don't think, but you can't name a single one of the songs your kids listen to. You just want them to turn that racket down already.
You're old.
Yes. You found yourself running through the names of all your kids' pets, etc., before you actually get to the name of the kid you're speaking to.
That sounds like Dad.
I do that all the time, though. You know, when it's like you call the dog your kids' names, the cat's name, your husband's name, before you finally remember and get it right.
I noticed that Lindsay and Sammy didn't get too upset when I called one of the other one's name, Lindsay or Sammy, but they got really upset when I called them Mooch.
Wait till they get 32 or older.
Yeah, sorry I called you the cat's name.
But I like her the best.
Oh, ow! She listens to me, actually.
You see uneaten food on a dinner plate as an affront to starving children in a third world country.
Yes.
And mention this daily. You have no less than 12 responses to, but it isn't fair. I just resorted to, well, life isn't fair. Get over it.
Just need the one. It pretty much covers it all.
Yeah, exactly. You caved and put the proud parent of bumper sticker on your car. I never did that because my husband would have had a heart attack if I'd put a bumper sticker on the car.
Me too.
Yeah. And finally, you don't have to use words to communicate with your kids. You just give them the look.
The evil eye look.
The evil eye. I'm really looking forward to the day, because puppies don't always get that. But older dogs, they get the look.
Oh, yeah.
But puppy still doesn't get the look. So I'm looking forward to that day.
Something you can do too, and I used to do it to our dog all the time, is once they get a little older and smarter and they're out of the puppy phase, you can just point at a dog and start laughing and they get embarrassed.
Really?
Try it.
Oh, kind of mean.
Well,
it's a bully. Scott, you're being a bully.
Just to a dog. I didn't say do it to your kids, but you could.
Yeah.
Just to test them and see if they're like the dog. No.
We had some family over for the weekend, and they have 13-year-old boys. And I was getting a little annoyed, and maybe this is like weird on my part, but they were like bullying Alexa. And I'm like, would you quit bullying Alexa? She's going to do something really horrible to, me in some way if you keep bullying her. Leave Alexa alone.
Turns off the water to the hot water heater or something, right?
Yeah, something. It's like, yeah. And she finally quit answering them.
Oh.
I was like, yeah, she had enough. And that's why I told him, I'm like, listen, she's had enough. She's quit talking to you.
Is Alexa an AI now? I don't know.
I don't know. Is that what it's considered? It's artificial intelligence. Does she come up with stuff on her own, though, or is she programmed? Because I think that would be the difference because artificial intelligence comes up with things on its own, whether it's, doing that book report or making music or doing art. It's all something they've created on their own.
Wish I could double up on some artificial intelligence.
I'll take any I can get.
Let's see if these people show any signs of intelligence. It's time for today's odd news.
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing. Be afraid. You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
All right, we'll send off the Dumb Joke of the Day award to Ken, who posted online, if money doesn't grow on trees, why do banks have branches?
That was a good one, Ken.
All right. Here we go. The news attack. First sentence true. Second sentence bad joke, and it's Val.
A study found that sleepwalkers often feel no pain when they injure themselves.
Okay.
Until they wake up and feel the pain of the sleep purchase they made on Amazon.
Do you sleep shop, Val?
No, but I'll admit to having drunk shopped before. Not always a pleasant feeling either. It's like,
spend
why did I?
$4,000 on chips.
Yeah, why did I think I needed that when I'd had a few glasses of wine?
Nice thing, though, is you can always return it as Amazon.
There you go.
Right?
But it wasn't Amazon. There's the problem. But my husband was right there beside me going, yeah, why don't you get one of those?
Oh, that's Fredericks of Hollywood.
Sure madness. Victoria's Secret.
That's the only time he shops with you, isn't it? Right. Italian study showed pasta that doesn't make you fat. Seems like every week a different food is reevaluated and found to be not as bad as previously thought. And I'm holding out hope for Oreos.
Well, you would think Italy would find something like that because they're that pasta capital. All right. While attendance at the year's Sturgis Motorcycle Rally was down this year, the amount of garbage generated was up by 11%. That's my apartment during the Super Bowl.
Oh, Ted Cruz, how fun is this? Fell for an old hoax and retweeted a fake photo of a shark swimming on a highway and claimed it was a photo from Los Angeles during Hurricane Hillary. Come on, Ted. In L.A., the sharks look just like you. They're usually in a business suit. He does kind of look like a shark. So does Matt Betts, though. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to interrupt this for a brief update. So, do you know who Matt Shea is in the Spokane area?
Isn't that the crazy guy who got in trouble and stole a chair?
Well, I think he dumped something all over the courthouse stairs in Olympia, and
he got caught stealing a chair from the office place, Staples or something like that.
Okay, I mean he's a crazy dude, from conspiracy theories to supporting strange members of running for politics and all of that. I'll just say that. But anyway, over the weekend, I believe there was this prayer thing in Spokane for all of the fire victims and a bunch of other stuff going on. And he has become a pastor now and happened to be leading the prayer as our mayor, Nadine Woodward, stood on the stage. If you can't imagine the political stuff that has hit the fan.
Wow.
Talk
There
about
seems
your
to be
bad
no
choice.
sign of intelligent life anywhere.
She claims she didn't know, but I'm sure that's going to have some fallout.
Wow.
Yeah, that's all I can say is wow.
Matt Shea.
There it is. That's it. Cheater's justice. Oh, God. Oh. There you go. No.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
All right. I think it was your turn.
All right, millennial and Gen Z couples, they aren't getting married because it's too expensive right now. That makes sense to me. Gluten-free wedding cake costs a fortune.
Some may call it being thrifty, but they call it vintage decision-making.
I like that. Research found that cyclists have fewer mental health issues than the rest of the population. Maybe the key isn't actually cycling. Maybe the rest of us shouldn't go anywhere without wearing a helmet.
I think it's the tight underwear. Speaking of too tight underwear, Elon Musk, owner of X, formerly Twitter, tweeted something that made it sound like he wasn't too optimistic about the future of his social media network. Maybe he should have changed the name to TweeTalk.
Wow.
Right, on we go to Wacky But True. Today, 5 stories. We don't add any jokes to these. It's all self-contained by the people committing the crimes or other goofy things. And we might throw in a movie drop. Here you go, Val.
Oh, might. Donato Frattaroli was set to marry his fiancée Magda Masri in Italy. However, just days before their wedding, their golden retriever ate Donato's passport, putting the Boston couple's plans in jeopardy. The couple is now faced with the challenge of getting a replacement passport in the time for their trip to Italy. Their dog is a golden retriever named Chicky.
Ha! Get this.
What? It's funny. I like how you can just laugh at that. That's why I love him. Now me, woo, I'd be.
I was just I'm really glad I didn't get to the end of that story and found out the golden retriever's name was Charlie.
All right. Florida driver arrested during a traffic stop after more than 562 grams worth of drugs were found in his car. When the 47-year-old was pulled over for driving 68 in a 60, the trooper was hit with a strong smell of marijuana. Troopers found a duffel bag that had multiple clear plastic bags containing green leafy substances, 7 orange and round pills, psilocybin mushrooms, an unlabeled pill bottle containing white round pills, and rectangular pills that were broken up into smaller pieces. When the trooper asked why he had all the marijuana in the car, he told him, "Just take me to jail, man." And once again, it was Florida. Here comes your song.
Let's find out. 1, 2, 3, 3.
Everyone from Florida is stupid. Everyone from Florida is dumb. I might not be the brightest guy, but next to them my IQ's high. If they had guitars, here's how they'd strum.
All right. We actually sing and play that around the campfires here in Washington, right?
Exactly. Here's one out of Nashville. A 25-year-old in Nashville was stopped Sunday night after an officer said she was driving recklessly. During the initial interaction, the woman denied having consumed any alcohol that day. After performing poorly on field sobriety tests, she admitted to drinking 1 White Claw about 30 minutes ago. After being placed under arrest for DUI, she further admitted she had 2 high noons earlier in the afternoon. Two high noons.
I hope you don't drink before noon.
Oh, no, I don't.
Last one we had here seemed like she was on a liquid diet.
Liquid.
You got to break your fast with something.
That's right. 31-year-old Australian man arrested on charges of lighting a dozen fires on Sunday night. A dozen.
Wow.
Yeah, the small fires included blazes in a loading dock, behind a school, in a parking lot, outside a real estate agent's office, and in several trash cans. After he was arrested, police searched the suspected firebug and found 2 live ducklings in his underwear. What? Is that what you call them?
The ducks made me do it. Oh, goodness.
Let's go to the scene.
Well, I'll see what I can do, but I gotta have privacy. I never lay eggs in public.
Oh, I
was
could
just
say
keeping
more.
them warm, and they hatched.
Exactly. I had 2 eggs in my underwear. It was just... Oh, righty. Let's finish this up. Police say 32-year-old Nashville woman. Again, we're back to Nashville. It's taking over for Florida. Where a woman destroyed her ex-husband's bedroom by pulling out a window air conditioner, covering the room with broken eggs, covering the walls with mustard, and using Miracle Whip to spout a nasty word on his wall. Was she trying to make potato salad?
Sounds like it.
While her ex-husband was out running errands, the woman also cut the wires to the internet and made off with a PS5, a laptop, and his Ring doorbell. She reportedly called him later and stated, "I did it, and I'll do it again." The couple had been separated for 8 months. She was arrested.
Obsessed much? I thought this would fit perfect.
Judge passed that despicable sentence.
I was angry.
Oh.
Look, you hurt me too.
Oh, you ripped my heart out. Will you come back to do it again?
Yep.
Oh,
Because he was
he coulda-
more in love with his PS5 this time.
I was going to say it was the PS5 that threw him over the edge.
Yes. All right. That is our show for tomorrow. For today, if you tune in tomorrow, you'll find me and Chuck Ritchie on the same screens and on your radio. So we hope you do. Other than that, why don't you have a great day. Thanks for being here, Val.
Well, thanks for having me.
I think this first segment this morning, if you missed any of the show, you can always watch them online on YouTube and Facebook. And Val revealed a great deal about herself that she might regret if she watches that video.
Well, I did say if I've been drinking, I say there's no filter.
Oh, that's right. All right. Big round of applause for Val. Please come back and see us tomorrow and keep on listening to Northern Lights Public Radio. We are KCHW 102.7.
Drink before noon.
I don't.
Last one we had here seemed like she was on liquid diet.